So mindset is the way that someone thinks. And of course, there's multiple people on the team. There are going to be multiple mindsets, but the more intentional you can be about developing a mindset that is healthy and prosperous and forward thinking and servant minded, the more likely you are to foster that as a tangible part of your brand, or tangible part of what your team experiences, and also a tangible part of what your clients experience. So some basics here, and this is not meant to be exhaustive. This is an introductory presentation, but we want to look at areas like abundance versus scarcity. So if the leadership of the firm fundamentally believes there is more than enough opportunity, you are a lot more likely to prosper, because you're not trying to hang on to every single opportunity with a death grip, because if you lose this, what happens next? Or you're in big trouble, or nothing else is going to come along. And I like to play golf, and there's a lot of analogies from golf that really play well into business. And one of it is this: new golfers, or golfers that struggle to improve, will have a death grip on the club. So they're thinking, the harder I squeeze the club, the harder I'm going to swing, the better I'm going to get. When the exact opposite is true. Professional golfers have a very light grip. They allow themselves to be reflexive, and they do the opposite. Their body is loose instead of tense, and they're swinging in rhythm. And the same is true when you have an abundance mindset. You don't get better results by having that tight, tense grip. You get better results by being open-handed and taking faith that there's an abundance for you, and that's going to show up in the way you communicate to people, the way you relate to people, and the sense that you give people about what your beliefs are about life and the fundamentals of life. So part of how we develop a mindset, or we recognize there's three possibilities of how you interact with everything in your business and ultimately your life. But in this case, we're specifically talking about your wealth management firm. There's the things that you can control, such as your activity levels. There's things that you can influence but not control, such as how a prospect views your firm or how they view your brand. And then there are circumstances that you don't have control or influence over, but you can be concerned about, and understandably so, such as the economy. So knowing which one of these three relates to any given situation is going to help you have a mindset that responds appropriately to whatever situation you are facing. The other aspect of mindset that we look to a lot is ownership versus excuses. So an ownership mindset looks at, what am I responsible for? What is in my lap that I have stewardship over? And people who don't understand ownership, or who don't step up to the plate and take it, often make excuses because they're distracting from the fact that they don't have that mindset and they don't want you to know. And so they create a charade, if you will, to hide that fact, but it's often not hid very well.